Hey everyone, this is Rosalind Renay, and I'm back for another episode. And in this episode, we're going to be talking about the terms natural versus organic, and if there are any particular brands that you should be looking out for. So, to be very, very honest, the word natural, there's no regulation, there's no guideline through the FDA on the use of this word natural. So I'm pretty sure a lot of you have seen this word on many packages, many labels, many cartons, and a whole lot of other stuff. It's because the FDA doesn't require any minimum guideline or any minimum criteria to use this word. So many of the things that you've bought that have said natural has no natural substance in it, because it could be, for instance, you could buy something prepackaged and it could say natural flavoring. Well, that could be the natural secretions of an animal, or a natural chemical, or a natural coloring, things like that. So you want to be sure that you are, one, reading your labels, and that you really know what it is that you're buying and that you're consuming, because a lot of these companies, again, they aren't regulated. The FDA doesn't regulate them. The FDA doesn't really require any minimum criteria to use this word. So truthfully and honestly, I would avoid majority of the prepackaged foods that are out there today, because it's just, there's no regulation on them, and there's nothing to say if this is good or not without you just standing there and reading the labels yourself. So yes, anything that you see that has natural on it, and if it doesn't say anything else like organic, or if it doesn't say wild caught or something like that, you definitely want to avoid it, unless you read the label and the back of the label looks good to you. Go ahead and do that. But truthfully and honestly, I would avoid most of these products that are out there today. Now, organic, it's a different thing, because many of the products that say organic are pretty much true. But again, you want to make sure that you're reading the labels and that you are knowing what's in this product, because sometimes they can say organic and it's not necessarily truly organic, because sometimes, depending on what the product is, there isn't really a criteria or a solid guideline on how to inspect it, on to say whether or not it's organic or not. And many times, specifically in like the meat section or the produce section, there are specific codings for these products that let you know that it is truly organic. So you want to make sure that you are looking for these codes. And I can't necessarily say what the codes are, because they all vary, but you want to make sure that you are looking out for these different codings. And again, that you are finding out where your local grocery stores are getting their foods from. So you definitely want to make sure that you know how your food is being processed, know where your food is coming from, so that you're keeping your grocery stores and the people that you're buying your food from honest. So be sure to ask questions, especially if you're buying meats. When you're looking at prepackaged foods, you want to make sure that you are asking questions. Know who your distribution companies are. Many of the prepackaged foods have on there the distribution company. Look them up, see what they have, see what they do, see what their packaging process is like. Go through all of that. I know it takes time. I know this is very time consuming. I know this is a lot of work, but you want to make sure that you are not only checking the integrity of the company, but you want to make sure that you are feeding yourself and your family healthy food options, because again, unfortunately, the FDA does not regulate a lot of these things, and it's easy to just stamp a label onto something that says natural or organic, and and get away with it, unfortunately. So yeah, you want to make sure that you are doing your due diligence and that you are doing what's best for you. Now, specific products or specific brands, there isn't a specific brand that I would back, because again, many of these brands don't really necessarily have guidelines that they have to go by. So I would just say, make sure that you're reading your labels, find out what the ingredients are in your products. If you don't understand what the ingredients is, don't buy it. But if you can understand, if it doesn't have more than, I would say, five ingredients in the product, then it's pretty good. But definitely avoid anything that says natural ingredients or food coloring or anything like that. You want to make sure that you know specifically what's in your food. So if you want to know that, stay in the produce section. Shop locally with your local farmers markets. Even some of these smaller, like Oriental markets or these other ethnic markets, they have a lot of options that are way healthier that you would find in some of the traditional grocery stores. So definitely shop more locally and shop more with some of these smaller vendors that have better choices, because a lot of their products are organic. Because they pretty much grow them themselves. And then again, some of the prepackaged products, they are better options, truthfully. So yeah, definitely make sure that you're doing your homework, reading your labels, and that you know what you're putting inside of your body and your family's bodies. You don't just want to go with what's slapped on the top of or the front of the label, but you really want to flip over the package and really read and go through the list of what's in your products, and make sure that you do your history on the distribution companies. Well, this is a very short episode, so because that's really all I have to say about that. It's not really a long, detailed explanation. It's really straightforward. So if you have any other questions, any concerns, be sure to email me, RosalindRenay@gmail.com. You can also find me on all social media platforms, Rosalind Renay. And I look forward to hearing from you all soon. Have a great day.